What's good, my G's? It's your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers in the house. How you doing? How you living? How you gaming? If you don't already know, G stands for Gamers. Welcome to the channel for the first time if you're here because of the headline. And if you're here because of that bell or that subscription, you already know you down with the squad. Hashtag IGZ up in the comment section below. We are going to get into the Battlefield V5 beta. And I wanted to take this time to let the video breathe, to let the game breathe, just like I did with the COD Black Ops 4 beta, and now I'm gonna do the same thing with the Blackout beta for the Battle Royale mode for the COD. And yes, I am playing it. So like, yo, I'm letting it breathe, and I kind of have 2 or 3 main points to get at. I want to start with the graphics. This definitely looks like some sort of a graphical upgrade of some sort between Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. I have no issue there. It looks good. Everything looks good there. I like how the tanks look. I like how the uniforms look. I like how the game is stylized and the menus. I don't really have too much of an issue there. There's little tweaks in there that could be had, but I don't want to do that for a beta. You get what I'm saying? Now, the gameplay is definitely a little bit different. Now, the guns feel amazing. Alright, and this is someone who doesn't want to play a War World game anymore. I didn't want to play Battlefield 1 because of War World 1, but I did it because we've never played War World 1 on a scale like that. Okay, cool. But I'm quickly reminded of my fatigue for War World games. See, I've been gaming a long time when the War World thing was a big thing. So it's okay to visit back, and Battlefield 5 is doing that as well, to the War World 2 era. And these feel very, very, very good. I feel like people were complaining for Battlefield 1. Probably had less to complain about here. So the real true shit that is going to come out of my mouth a little later in this video is going to expose what's the real problem going on. What I don't like about the guns, actually there's nothing to do with the feel of the guns. It has everything to do with the unlock system. Now, that's because I don't fully understand how it works, and I'm trying my best to be contained about it for how it's supposed to work for this game. But as of right now, I'm not really feeling it, and I'm going to give it some more of a chance to see how it really works into my play, because it's just a little different. So you might hear people arguing about that or bitching about that a lot. It's fair, but it's unfair at the same time. The next thing I want to get into is about how in the maps that we played, it was, you could tell there was, one of these maps was made to have conflict, and even though it's a conquest, it felt more like a domination for the 64 players, which is a good thing, and for the most part it's a good thing. I can see some people being bitchy about it, but I want to say it's a good thing because the vehicles didn't get a chance to overpower us, although I feel like I had to do quite a bit of work to get rid of a vehicle, and I always feel weird about that, you know what I mean? Like, some updates, they have it good for previous Battlefield games, and I hear that there's other people playing on a different build of the Battlefield game, which allows them to, you know, take that tank down, but you still got to be a tank, you get what I'm saying? But like, there were certain little tweaks that needed to be done in order for me to get more out of it. The time to kill is quite fast, however, I do feel like it's okay for some reason. Now, some of the interesting mechanics that allows for me to feel like this okay when it works is that everybody can kind of sort of revive everybody, and that's pretty cool. It almost makes you feel like the medic class doesn't exist until you understand why the medic class does exist. And to help people fully understand that, because I understand how people are, I think DICE needs to adjust the timing on the non-medic people so that they understand the importance of the actual medic people, because the medic person revives people like old Battlefield games super fast, and the other one is a little wind-up tower that you gotta hold. I mean, well, you don't hold it, you press it, but I feel like if it was like 2 seconds later, or a second slower rather, I think people will understand why you still need an actual medic. Throwing ammo crates down and health packs and people spawning in and grabbing ammo and health packs, that's going to take some time, and I think they need to do a better job of explaining that. But overall, the animations that I've seen in this game have been pretty good. The building mechanic is not really a problem for me. It's been actually pretty cool. I forget sometimes and then I remember to do it. And that brings me to the other map, which is the snowboard map, where we're parachuting down, taking over a couple objectives, and then pushing forward, pushing backwards, however the case that plays out. You don't get enough time, or at least I didn't get enough time, because maybe the game is loading slowly from my external hard drive, quote, quote. And you don't get enough time to at least get to that first checkpoint to build something, because, you know, you gotta have something for when these motherfuckers touch down. I kind of wish that there would have been a boat and an airplane drop. I think it's pretty dope. I've played games that have had this before. I think Mag is one of the games where I played like this, and I don't mind it. There was a little I think RZA brought up a point. He was like, yo, why the fuck we keep spawning from the air? I actually do not mind spawning from the air, considering that I wasn't getting shot out of the fucking air. I'm sure they can, but this is Battlefield. We're used to people parachuting. It would have happened already. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I don't have an issue with it. I just have an issue at the time rate, you know, because it starts you all the way from the back. I think if there was just like one consistently just going in and you could jump down, that speed that up, I think that'd be cool. Other than that, you know, those little things that they've done with the squad is pretty cool. The captain of the squad, if he gets enough points, if he or she gets enough points through all the squad activities, they can call out, you know, a support drop, which I think is a fucking terrible support drop. Then the second thing, I don't know what it is, and then the third one is some type of missile that just has a very terrifying sound, and I fucking love the sound of that thing. I just wish it had a bigger radius. So, you know, so on that note, it's like, those little things are cool, you know what I mean? I don't see, people were bitching about the air, like, oh, it's a Call of Duty Cold Strike. Like, I could tell you the motherfuckers who came in as residue to Battlefield 3, because before, snipers had mortars. Period. Like, snipers could call in fucking mortars, so just shut up. It's a different element to the game. It was a part of war. Just chill the fuck out. Like, let them experiment. Other beefs that people have with the game, I kind of do share with it, but I also feel like it doesn't mean too much right now, because one, history of the game, history of the beta for Battlefields, and history of 3 months out, how they always take care of the bigger bugs. One of the biggest bugs, I'm using war tapes for the audio. It disables my 3D audio or my virtual surround sound audio. However, I love the sounds of the punchier graphics that it gives. The punchier audio sound that it gives with the graphics that's going on in the game. And with that, I'm wondering if everyone who's having audio drop issues are on war tapes, because I don't really remember hearing that problem when I was on the regular audio sound. And there's many people that's just talking about, like, yo, I can't hear my teammates in terms of their gunfire and stuff like that. I'm sitting there, I was watching my boy RZA, Uncle RZA, just laying into this dude. I never heard a bullet come out his gun. I didn't even hear his footsteps. The only thing I heard is when he got popped, and I went and I picked him up. That's it. And and I also think that some of that is what got me killed. Sometimes I believe it's enemies, you know, because when I watch where I got killed from, not from a kill cam, but like when it pans the camera and I'm looking for to get revived, I feel like the dude was next to me the entire time, and I don't think the only reason why he registered to me is because he happened to look left and kill me. It's been situations where I'm just standing there and moving, and I'm trying to get an angle, and maybe I don't see this dude on the other side of the snow mountain. He just comes around the mountain just because he's trying to come around the mountain, and he fucking pops me. And in the cam, he looks surprised. The movements look surprised. And the reason why I say that was it happened to me, and I did the same thing. And I'm just like, yo, I'm frantic. Like, yo, is there anyone else here? This motherfucker got a partner? Like, what's going on? I'm like looking everywhere, 360 degrees, head on a swivel, about to screw off. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. The overall feel of the game, in my opinion, for a beta, it feels great. It feels like Battlefield. I'm not excited to play it, because I don't want to be in a World War II setting. I've said this before. I've been there, I've done that. I don't think it was time to go back just yet. I would have loved to seen another iteration of a modern game before they released this 1942 basically HD remaster game. You get what I'm saying? Now, again, I want to point out is this sounds negative to you. I'm not ripping on the game. I'm just being objective and fair as possible, and I let it marinate, because if I'd have did this as soon as I played it, I'd have been ripping this shit up to shreds. One more thing though, and I'm gonna close this video out with this. There are a lot of awesome things in this game that make me feel like they're building towards a Battlefield Bad Company 3 like game in the future. There's just too many parallels between Bad Company 2 and this particular game for me to think that that is not happening. I am a fan of the Battlefield game. I definitely would like to see another Battlefield Bad Company game. However, I'm not a fucking superficial fan that's looking to point shit out for no reason. There is something about being on that snow map that made me feel like there's a Bad Company 3 thing that they're either channeling it, they're signaling it, or they letting us know that it's coming. That's the last I'm gonna say on that, and I hope you enjoy. Now, I got other videos coming about this damn game in the near future. I got the Call of Duty Black Ops BO4 beta that's already out, that I already talked about that, and then there will be coming a video about the Blackout for the COD beta, which is going on right now. And yeah. Oh, don't forget to check out my Spider-Man joints. Yo, Spider-Man's awesome. Spider-Man's amazing, but you should have already known that. Your boy Snow. Tell a friend that is them again, and I'm gone. Ignorant Gamers. Peace, my G's.